Hey, Steve Gamache here with another Chef Knives to Go quick look product review. This time we're looking at the Kohetsu HAP40 Bunka 175mm knife. This line of knives has a core steel of what's known as HAP40. It's a semi-stainless steel with high alloy contents. And what it does is give the knife extremely high edge retention. They treat it to a high hardness of 65 Rockwell C, and that's pretty doggone hard. And this steel is known around the Chef Knives to Go quarters as voodoo steel because Mark tried it out and said the edge just would not die on it. So it's known to have extremely high edge retention. If you're looking for a knife and that's a priority for you, this might be a steel to really check out. It does take a little bit more work to sharpen, but it's not that bad if you've got good stones. And I did sharpen this knife and it got really sharp for me. It took a little more work, but again, if you don't want to sharpen too often and you want some serious edge retention, check out this steel. The construction on this is a 3-layer sandwich with a soft stainless cladding on either side of that core steel. You can kind of see that cladding line there. The cladding is a little bit on the soft side, so it will kind of scuff and scratch a little bit easily. And it also can patina a little bit, as does the core steel. The core steel is semi-stainless, so you want to wipe it dry when you're done with it, but it might show some light patina, maybe a little bit of staining if you leave it wet. Again, the cladding can show a little bit of patina as well, so don't expect it to be completely fully on stainless. It's not quite there, but it gives the knife a lot of character, really. So weight on this knife is 117 grams or 4.1 ounces, so this thing is really, really light. The edge length on it is right about 182 on this one. These dimensions will vary a little bit from knife to knife, but about 7 inches or so. Overall length about 12.5 inches. These are pretty thin, and boy did they get thin at the edge and at the very, very tip. But the spine thickness at the back of the blade is about 2.3 millimeters, and it keeps most of that, maybe slides down a little bit to the 2-ish range. And then when you make the turn on the reverse sword tip, it really thins out towards the very, very tip. And then it's also thin at the edge. We'll get a close-up look. Blade height is about 46.8 millimeters, so it's got some height to it. Handle is just a good basic octagonal wood handle with the polished buffalo horn ferrule. Nice fit and finish on the handle. Very smooth here at the junction. Good handle installed, nice and tight. The handle is quite light, but that balances out the blade since the blade's light, and that still gives you pretty close to a pinch grip, maybe a little bit behind there for a location, but it makes the blade really neutral and very, very flickable. The circumference of the handle is kind of your standard 3 inches or 76 millimeters where the ferrule meets the wood, so pretty standard size. And, you know, it's got a little bit of meat to the handle, but you still got lots of board clearance on the knife, no problem there. Let's get a close-up look at it. This baby was sharp out of the box. These are kind of known to be pretty sharp out of the box. And this had, I'm going to give it a 6, maybe 7 out of 10. I got it maybe a little sharper doing it by hand and kind of cleaned up the bevel a little bit, but it'll get nice and sharp. So you can see really good look at the core steel cladding line there. It's a little bit hard to show, but you can see it a little bit easier in person. These do have embossed kanji on the right side of the blade, and the left side of the blade is plain. You can see the machining marks. They do tend to polish these and thin them out just a little bit towards the edge on the right side of these. They do that with a lot of the Kohetsu knives. And on the right side of the blade, you won't see that. You'll just see the actual edge bevel. Fit and finish is really nice. They've polished the spine a little bit and relieved that. Also the choil into the handle. So very, very comfortable. As I said, great out of the box edge. Let's see. Let's put it on the cutting board and check out and see what it looks like there. I kept thinking when I was using this, and I did use this one to get a feel for it, and man, is it a good performer, that this would be an awesome line knife as long as you're not in a spot where it has to be, you know, it's a little on the delicate side with that tip on there, and it's hard steel, but man, this thing would be like a great line knife. It would just last forever on the edge, as long as you're in a situation that could handle it. Here's the profile, real smooth profile, nice low rocker. I can't get super high or dig the tip in, but got a little bit of belly towards the front and a little bit of flat towards the back, not much, but nice gradual flow there into the tip as far as belly goes. And it'll rock real nice on low stuff. You can do a lot of different techniques with this knife, and I think it's pretty medium, kind of middle of the road profile. It's not that long of a knife, being 180, but they do make a lot with that profile. So this is just a great knife. Light, flickable, great performer. The tip's awesome. Flows through product like nobody's business. It's just a super knife. So anyway, if you're looking for a Bunka and you want something light and great steel, think about this one. This is the Kohetsu HAP40 Bunka 175mm knife.